Hello everyone, Jezza here, and welcome to my 100 subscriber special! Yay! And what an auspicious video and timing this is, because I've just come out of the cinema from Mission Impossible: The Final Reckoning. And oh my god, I was absolutely blown away. It was amazing. And I wanted to just have a little talk about it, and my 100 I have 102 subscribers, so this video is dedicated to all of my 102 subscribers. Thank you very much. And this video is also dedicated to Tom Cruise, who I love and adore. So that is my thanks that I'm giving. Yeah, so now this video will have spoilers in it, so don't watch this. I'll give you plenty of warning. Don't watch this if you haven't seen it. You want to go and see this, I mean, preferably at IMAX if you have one near you. But if not, extreme screen. Many cinemas have the big screen now. Basically is like IMAX. So yeah, go out and see it. Okay. But for everyone who has seen it and wants to hear my thoughts, let's talk about it. So where to begin? My God, I was absolutely floored. I was on the edge of my seat, quite literally. We had recliner seats at Hoyt's Northland, near where I live, and we were sitting very comfortably. But I was sitting up like this and watching, like, really intense, and my heart was pounding, especially in that third act. My heart was literally like, holy, oh my god, I was so invested. And this is cinema at its finest, at its best, at its most refined perfection. This is a masterclass on how to make a movie. This is the gold standard of what movies should be, and I attribute to that to people like Tom Cruise, who obviously he acts in it, but he produces and is behind the scenes and helps out with making all the decisions about his. I mean, this is his baby. So I adore Tom Cruise, and um, yeah, I just man, I'm just so floored by this. So I wanted to play something for I've sailed the high seas, and I've got a cam version of this. I just got it now, and there's a little video that plays at the beginning for about 30 seconds of Tom introducing the movie, and I thought we'd just have a listen to it. So I can't show it, but so you'll just see my face, but you'll be able to hear it. So let's have a listen.
Hi, everyone. Thank you for coming to Mission Impossible: The Final Reckoning. Every mission has led to this. There are so many people. Our incomparable director, Christopher McQuarrie, and my producing partner, our fantastic and extraordinary cast and crew, all worked very, very hard to bring you the most authentic cinema experience that we could. So we are all so happy that you are here in this theater to watch the biggest mission yet on the big screen, the way it was meant to be seen. So please enjoy the show. We made it for you. Thank you.
We made it for you. I just love that sentiment. Tom loves cinema. He loves film, as do I. Um, we share that in common, and I'm very thankful for his craftsmanship and hard work that he puts into these things. Yeah. So I'm not going to do an entire recap of the film, but I just want to talk about some of the themes and some of the things that it made me think about, and I'll talk about some of the things I liked. Starting off with the cinematography was spectacular. In the submarine in Act Two, the sub middle of the film, the submarine section was so good, and like I just love how they have a plan in place, but it never quite works out, and there's always like roadblocks and problems that they encounter. But Ethan is such a natural problem solver, as we all are as humans. But he is just so quick-witted and can find the solution. And I really like that. It was very well demonstrated in the submarine bit when he's trying to get out. He's got the friggin' AI, but he's trying to get out, and it's filling up and it's rolling. The stakes are so high, and he opens the torpedo tube to get out of that, but there's a torpedo in it and he can't do it. So he goes to another one, and then he can't fit, so he has to cut it off in the Bering Sea, Deadliest Catch. Like, I used to watch that show, the coldest of cold oceans there could be. Yeah, so like I just love these little problems they encounter. They have a solid plan, but something goes wrong. But Ethan always works out. He always works out how to solve that problem, and he can do it using his wit and his physical abilities. Yeah, I just love it. So yeah, I was cinematography, the acting, everybody did a great job. So I've got a character list up. Of course, Tom. Tom brings his. I mean, I can't say enough praise to Tom. I adore him. I love him. Say what you want about his beliefs in real life. I don't. He has every right to believe what he wants, and I have out there beliefs too, and people don't like it. Some people don't like my beliefs. Oh, you know what that was? You know what just fell? I'll show you. I'll show you. Look what I got. Look what I got. I got the popcorn bucket. It just fell. I hope it didn't damage it. It's all good. But look at, we'll interrupt that thought for have a look at this. So what you do is it lights up. First of all, how cool is that? I have it as a little ornament in my room here. Light up. It's sort of like the housing of the AI. That's how I interpret this. And you kind of you open this thing up, and then there's like the keys are in here, but I have the key. I've got the key, and you pop it in. Let's see if I can do it. And then it's kind of tricky, but you kind of, there we go. And then still smells of popcorn. I ate it all. I had it all. That's really cool. But my favorite part of this is the key, and I'm going to make this into a necklace. I think, because has a lot of symbology for me. The culmination of all the Mission Impossibles is this key, the key to the entity. So I'm very happy that I've got that. So it fell down. Sorry that I'm doing this in one take. So, but that's it. And it's all inverted. But Tom Cruise, love Tom Cruise. I'll definitely have this in my room and turn it on and be a little fixture. So, what was I saying? I was talking about acting. I was talking about out there beliefs. I don't want to get stuck in the weeds about all that stuff. Like, he has the. I just want to say that he has the right to believe what he wants. I don't judge him on that. I would invite you to not judge him on that too, and be open-minded and just live and let live kind of thing. So anyway, he brings his, I always say this, he brings his A game every time. I did a trailer reaction to this movie a few months back, and I was like, he brings his A game every time in Top Gun Maverick and everything. He's turned it to 100%. He doesn't slack off. He doesn't phone it in. So looking at the character list, Luther, Ving Rhames, what a poignant part of the movie when he dies. I like the discussion they have where Luther is in acceptance of what is happening, what Gabriel has sort of set up, and with the bomb and everything. Ethan wants to save his friend because that is Ethan's greatest quality, is that he cares about his friends. And friendship is very important, and that we will talk about that theme in a sec. And I liked how he was like at the gates trying to smash in. No, Luther, I want to save Luther. No, but Luther was like, look, you know how this is going to go. You have to run. this is what I was born for, to sacrifice himself to save, where were they, London? At that point in the story, to save all those countless lives. Luther is a hero, and what a poignant send-off. And his message at the end, I loved how it ended on Luther's message, and it was a message of hope, and we'll talk about that in a sec. So some other acting, Simon Pegg is Benji, yeah, great, he did a great job, he became team leader, and we even have William, the CIA analyst from Mission Impossible 1. He did a good job. He showed up with his Inuit wife, and I just love how they tied everything together. Oh, speaking of tying everything together, what about how there were flashbacks and mentions and all these things tying to all the previous films, especially Mission Impossible 3 with the rabbit's foot. We never got an answer from J.J. Abrams. We never got an answer of what that was. That's sort of his style, J.J. Abrams, the mystery box thing. It's not my kind of thing. I prefer answers eventually, where he just leaves it nebulous. The rabbit's foot was the prototype. What did he say? What did Gabriel say? The primordial digital ooze that created the entity, and there would be no entity if it weren't for Ethan's actions, whether he knew it or not. And Ethan he feels some responsibility, well, a lot of responsibility for what has transpired, and feels that he must kill the entity no matter what. Man, so good. Angela Bassett did a great job. She's the president now. That's awesome. I think she's a fantastic actress, and I enjoyed seeing her show up again. Was she in the part 1 Dead Reckoning? I think so. I remember her more from her role in Fallout with Henry Cavill and all that. That was clever. Yeah, so some other people. Oh, just the whole cast did such a good job. I'm really happy. Gabriel, what a menacing threat he is. So the main threat is the entity, the AI entity, and that scares me. It does. But I like how the entity needs that human element to get into and do some certain things, and Gabriel is that perfect minion for the entity. And he is sadistic and demented and a murderer and all those nasty things. He did a great job. I can't read his name on my screen, but he did a great job. And what a way to go out. Looks like I'm the only one with a parachute. What a way. Everyone in the audience was like, whoa. Oh, yeah, by the way, so it's opening night tonight, Saturday, in Australia. Australia has different, for my international viewers, Australia has a delayed release time for most movies. It's usually released in America and Europe ahead of us, and we have to avoid spoilers and stuff. It's got something to do with Australia's classifications, and they have to go through a few things. So we get it a bit late. So it was opening night, and we saw the 7:30 screening. Hoyt's extreme screen recliner seats. Oh, what a treat. In my video, I promised I'd be at IMAX day 1. Couldn't quite work out the IMAX with my friends. I saw it with 2 people, Josef and Jackie, and couldn't quite work it out. So we saw it. We basically did see it at IMAX. The screen is so big at Hoyt's, it may as well be IMAX. So it's all good. Now, there is one thing I want to talk about. Grace. Actually, in my previous video, because I did a little review of Dead Reckoning Part 1, and I didn't like Grace so much. I thought she was being propped up instead of Ilsa, who I love Rebecca Ferguson. I think she's amazing, and Ilsa was like my favorite character, second to Ethan, because I love the man himself, you know. And when they killed off Ilsa, it was very, I didn't like it. But I have to sort of eat my words a little bit and have to reevaluate some things because um, uh, I've watched Dead Reckoning and multiple times since, and it really has won me over. And Grace does fit in well, and she is a part of the team. And Hayley Atwell is a good actress, a great actress, and I'm thankful that she's a part of it. And I've also learnt that Rebecca Ferguson self-admittedly didn't want to do the project, the Mission Impossible films, because it was taking up too much time, and she was doing things like June and Silo, the TV show, and I saw a little interview with her, and she was just she wanted her priorities were a bit different, and that is totally understandable. These are real people. These are people, so I totally understand that. It's just like Jeremy Renner, how he didn't show up. Well, he had to choose raising his daughter in real life, and he said that's the best role he's ever had. So, and I respect that. Even if Tom wanted to make him sort of the next guy that they were going to focus on, well, just didn't quite work out. And I think I took it a bit too far with my negativity on the film. Um, I because in my video I wasn't too kind to it. I was like, oh, it was good, but it was a lateral step, and sure, it was a lateral step, but um, it like a different. It was different than Fallout, you know. But I have what I'm trying to say is it's really grown on me, and I really do like it. And I also should mention that this is sort of a personal thing I'm going through, is that maybe I was influenced by some other content creators about saying that having Grace in it was woke and female empowerment, where and that maybe distorted my sort of view on it a bit, and I sort of didn't like Grace because she was being propped up. But that is just not the case. I was incorrect. Yeah, and I have to sort of own up to that. I have to be truthful in my videos. Um, I try not to get influenced by that stuff anymore. I don't use Facebook. I have stopped. Have really taken a step back from the internet stuff. In fact, in this movie, he's like, when he's fighting the guy in the submarine, he's like, "You spend too much time on the internet." It's true. I am guilty of that too. And it's just people fighting anonymously, fighting. It's low vibrational. I don't need any of that stuff. The real world is what matters. The real waking world. My life is what matters, and my friends' lives, my family's lives. That is what's important. So I thought I'd just add that little bit in, which may be seen as contentious, but I'm actually kind of owning up to how my thought process when I had that reaction. But it's all good news. What I'm trying to say is good stuff. I'm over that sort of negativity stuff, and I'm more accepting, and I'm very invested in this story. And Grace fits into the story in a poignant, beautiful way. She is the one that captures the entity and the little device. And I made a joke to Jackie. I was like, at the end of the film, I was like, he can use that as a paperweight or a little desk lamp, a nice little light. Yeah. Um, so so we covered the whole Grace thing. Hayley Atwell is great. I have to eat my words a little bit. The part one was really good. Ilsa had to die in the story. The entity predicted all these timelines and said and promised and told Gabriel that one of them was going to die, and indeed that did happen. So it narratively makes sense, as well as it makes sense in the real world. Yes, man, I talked a lot about that, so it's all good. It's all good. Grace, good. Uh, so I'm just watching. I've got it playing, and I'm kind of like watching it whilst I'm making this video, because I got this cam version. Gabriel's on screen right now. He is such a menacing. I really like him. He's really suave and calm and collected, but he is psychotic. He really is. He's a true villain. Uh yeah, so we have that. Now I think I'm going to skip to some of the themes and the discussion we had after the film. We went to a little cocktail place, and Jackie and Joseph got some drinks, and I had a little drink, and we had a poignant. I keep on using that word. A deep discussion. Uh, One of the things I want to talk about would be Luther's end speech. Um, how our lives are judged not by one moment or one action, but the sum of all of our actions. And I do believe that. I believe we should strive to be good and make good decisions. And uh, I make mistakes and I screw up. I do. And I've been bad and I've been mean and cruel. But I've also been kind and caring and empathetic. And I think I tipped more to the good. I've done more good in life than bad, which is a good sign. Now, I'm no master, I'm no Buddhist monk, but uh, I'm working on it. And it will be a lifelong journey to choose the good over the bad. Every day we're tempted by the easy way or something a bit naughty or a bit sneaky. And it's okay to treat yourself and look after yourself, but ultimately, I want to be a good person. And this is what these movies seem. It would. How do I come to this conclusion off this movie? Well, I do. This movie makes me want to be good and save my friends. I have that fancy man. Every night when I go to bed, I'm always thinking about some epic battle scene in space or something where I say I'm saving my friends and family. I always think of it. Do you guys think of that too? Yeah, I love that. That's how I fall. That's what I fall asleep to. My own imagination, saving my friends and family, and I really want to strive to be good and good-hearted, quick-witted like Ethan, physically capable, which I'm not. I'm unfit. I got the moobs. I got moobs. Yeah, so I need to get fit in life, and so I can help others. Another thing that Luther says is, we help and do good even for those that we don't meet and we never encounter. And you see that with Angela Bassett's president character hugging her son who's in the military. And I found that so clever and wrapped up in a little bow and perfect. And yeah, I just, it was just excellent. So yeah, so one element would be friendship. Friendship is really important in life. Um, Ethan cares about his friends, and we should all have uh, that care for our friends. Surround yourself with good friends. I heard that saying, your network is your net worth. Surround yourself with good people, not bad people. And you might even have to prune and cut off some people who are, if they're not serving your best interests in life, you're going to have to take action and cut them out of your life. It's for your own good. Be surrounded by good people, good influence, and people who lift you up, just like the Mission Impossible team. They all care for each other. Friendship binds them. That is a theme that I interpreted from the film. Maybe, yeah, I really did. It's very important. Along that note, we also had a talk about hope and having hope in your heart. I've talked about this in my other videos about mental health, the Thunderbolts video and stuff. You should really try and have that hope in your heart, like always. And there's you can stray from the path, and sometimes I get angry and depressed and stuff too. And screw everything, I burn the world, I hate everything. and you stray from that path. But guess what? There's good news. The path of hope is always there waiting for you. You can tread that path again. And it's always there. And once again, it will be a lifelong challenge. Life is difficult and unfair. You can be a nice person and not be treated nicely in return. And I think it's important to be a strong person is to be kind and nice, even in the face of that. Even in the face of not being reciprocated, you still be nice and kind anyway. These are the kind of values that I think that Ethan has, and that I'm reflecting on, and I see in his actions. And they even use it. Gabriel even uses against him in the torture scene at the start of the movie, where Gabriel's like, we can't do anything to Ethan because he just won't give up any intelligence or anything, but we can hurt Grace. And then he gets angry. And he's in his handcuffs and he's like, that's how. It's almost like his weakness, his compassion for his friends is his weakness. But even that, it can be overcome. So that's like a little theme and little thought that I had about this movie and about Ethan's actions. Friendship, yes. I'd also like to talk about the AI threat, the entity. It certainly makes me think about the real world and about how AI is going. We'll see what transpires. It's looking like it's not going to be like Terminator and Mission Impossible. It's looking like we're going to have a pretty good relationship with AI, and it'll be a tool to be used. And I liken it to an instrument to be played. It's sort of there as a can help our lives. And people didn't want cars. Well, a horse and buggy is fine. We don't need cars. Well, AI, it's the train has left the station, so it's happening. We'll see what happens with AI in real life. But going back to the entity in the film, I liked the moment where it showed when Ethan went in that capsule and spoke to the entity. I really liked that, and how it showed all these possible outcomes, and it terrified Ethan. It really did. It terrified me. Seeing the imagery of the nuclear fallout, which is, look at the day and age we live in now. It's a real concern, and we have to. The movie ends on, we have to talk and get along with each other, and we really do in your personal life. The politicians of our world and our governments, they need to talk. Every war that has ended amicably has been through discussion and treaty and working it out and talking. Just getting, there must be some common ground. Look at the state of the world we're in, where there's multiple wars going on. There's multiple things happening in different parts of the country. If only they could all just find that thing in common and find the common ground and talk. So that's reflected on the worldwide scale, but what can we do in our lives? Well, this movie makes me think of other movies with similar themes, like Star Wars, how there's the light and the dark. The dark is tempting, but the light is better. It's good. It's more powerful. It also makes me think of Gandalf in Lord of the Rings, when he says it is the little good deeds that keep the evil at bay. Helping the lady across the street, doing those little things, like Luther says, the sum of our actions is how we will be remembered. This movie has made me reflect on these kind of things: goodness and compassion and friendship. It's not all about action and shooting guns and stuff in Mission Impossible. It really hits me in a poignant way, in a special way. But speaking of the action, oh man, my favorite part would be the biplanes. That was so awesome. How it was shot, the sweeping cinematic shots of the biplanes, and Tom was really doing those stunts. At least I don't know about all of it 100%, but he did a lot of it, and like because we saw it in that promotional video where he's like on the biplane. He's like, "Hey, I'll see you in the cinemas," and flies off. That was so cool. So and they also, I saw in the credits a special thanks to the SS George W. Bush aircraft carrier. They actually did film on that aircraft carrier. Gave me some Top Gun vibes. It was pretty cool. He even put the visor down, and I was like, "Oh, it's like Maverick all over again." Yeah. So, oh, now here's the scene where he is talking to the entity. Because remember, I'm watching it on my screen here. He's talking to the entity. It's very spooky, and it shows him all these probable outcomes, and but it's that human element. It's that human determination that we can. What does Sarah Connor say in Terminator? There is no future but what we make of it. We can choose the right way, the best outcome. It's up to us, not some entity, not some AI program. It's up to us. These are some more of my thoughts that I had. Oh man, sorry, I got an itchy nose. Man, we talked a lot. 31-minute video. Okay. Well, there's still so much to say though. Like, we talked about the submarine stuff. We talked about the biplane. Gabriel, how he went out. What a menacing character. He did a fantastic job. I like how Paris, what's her name? Pom's character. Sorry, I'm got something stuck in my tooth. I like how she basically changes sides because Ethan spared her life in the previous film, and that meant something to her. It did. It meant something more than some nebulous AI promise. That was real, a real human interaction, and she ended up changing sides and becomes a part of the task force now. At the very end, we see Benji and Paris and Grace, and also that other guy, the former. I'm looking at the character list. I can't actually see him, and I don't remember his name. I don't remember his name. The guy who works with Briggs. Briggs also, they did a really good thing with Briggs's character. He is he CIA? He's the guy who's hunting Ethan, and it shows that he's actually related to John Voight's character from is it John Voight? Yeah, from MI1. He's the son of him, and it is sort of personal. And he claims he says he's not looking for revenge or anything, but he does have a dog in that fight. And and you see that at the end, the handshake. He pulls out the gun like he's gonna execute him, and then he puts it down and shakes his hand. And I'm like, oh, yes, what a great conclusion. Every character had a great conclusion. So fantastic. I'm absolutely floored, and I don't know what other people are thinking about this movie. I haven't seen any reviews. I avoided all spoilers. Like I say, I'm not really on social media. I have my Instagram account where I upload stuff, but I don't scroll. I can't allow myself to watch this silly stuff. There's more important. I'm an uncle. I have to look after my niece and nephew and be better for them and stuff. So, man, I'm really glad I went out and saw this, and I hope you guys really enjoyed it too. I'm sure you did. How could you not? This is an epic. In fact, Joseph, my friend, he said that movie and that ending, the last time I felt something like that was like Interstellar, which is my like favorite standalone film ever made. And I also did get the goosebumps and tingles with that ending, especially that biplane chase scene, and the stakes are so high, and he's free falling, the parachute caught on fire, and he's trying to deactivate the AI and put the code, the thing in, the virus in that would kill it, and it all works out. And then Grace, she sees the light flickers. Ethan cuts the wire, grabs the chip, grabs the thing, and it worked. It worked. Yes, mission accomplished. Yes, mission accomplished. I love it. I love this resolution, this sort of happy ending. That this is I keep on saying, like, this is cinema at its finest. This is the best. I'm just so happy with this. They all did such a great job. Man, I'm starting to repeat myself now. Uh-oh. But this is my excitement. I'm just happy. Be happy with me. I'm gonna watch this again and have a great time watching it. Yeah, there's the George H.W. Bush aircraft carrier. I'm just clicking through now. Yeah, they talk about all that stuff with the scuba suit, and that was tense. Whenever someone in a movie goes underwater, I find myself holding my breath. Do you do that too, or you feel like it's sort of like an empathic thing, like emotional sympathy thing, like I kind of feel like I'm underwater myself, and I'm like holding my breath, and that's why my heart was like boom, 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 boom. So excruciating pain, but he manages to get out of there, and Grace saves him, and so well done. I loved when he. I'm watching it right now when he exits the submarine, and there's another. The Russian sub is right behind him, and he has to friggin' dodge it. He actually gets nicked by it, hit on his shins, and that would have hurt. But he's got the protective gear to help him a little bit, and they were going 10 knots. I believe that would be just survivable. And that's, well, isn't that the thing about Mission Impossible? It's just survival. He just makes it. He just solves it at the last second. The submarine bit does take quite a bit in that second act. I'm watching him have the bends. It's not pleasant. But then there's a nice scene where they're in the pressure container, and then I thought that was going to be like the end of the movie, but no, there's still the whole third act. Because they have to find Gabriel and allow that entity to go into the chip, and that's their plan. Also, there's the other side story where the president is being pressured into nuking strategic places, including one of their own sacrificial cities, which it is implied that her son is at that city. Did they name it? It would have been like Washington or New York or something. Kittredge, he's a nasty piece of work. Yeah, so I'm just clicking through. Even the Inuit wife has a good, funny moments. Benji, when he gets shot, I was worried he was gonna die, but no, he does make it. When he gets shot, and he's like, remember, make sure you don't cut the and everyone in the audience went, oh, and then he wakes up, he's like, the red one. So it's like, it was all good. It was like a little trick for the audience. I'm watching the biplane bit now. It's so good. The stakes are so high, aren't they? And it's just, it's so much fun. And the way Ethan gets onto the plane and finally gets to Gabriel and takes him out, flying a plane with his foot upside down. Oh man, I better have a drink. I think I've still got popcorn stuck in my mouth. Here's my drink. I have a swig of Pepsi. I can't have too much Pepsi. I'm trying to cut back. It's the big bottle, I know, but if I stretch it out, I should be okay over many days. I did appreciate seeing the CIA analyst William Donello from MI1, and he plays like quite a good role in this. Wasn't that nice to see? Yeah. So I'm just they're doing the plan. He's on the plane. Oh, it's so cool. And he's free falling. I'm getting drawn into it. I'm watching it. I'm meant to be making a video, but I'm watching it, and you guys can't see. I'm having problems with like copyright, and I don't really know how to do it on YouTube, and I don't know how these reaction channels do it. They get away with it somehow. I think like something like 5-second clips. Yeah. So let's find the very end where we hear the voiceover from Luther, and I'll turn the volume up. Okay, so bear with me for 1 second. Thank you for watching, everyone. Thank you. I kind of do ramble, and I interrupt myself and do some funny things with my speech. Let's have a listen, okay? I'll skip to when Luther starts talking. Here we go. Here we go. Brother. Friendship, you know what I'm talking about. Brotherly love.
Listening to this, the world is still here, and so are you. For the record, I never had a moment of doubt.
Never a moment of doubt.
I knew you'd find a way.
Ethan's crying.
You always do.
He always does, yeah.
I hope in time you can see this life was not some quirk of fate. This was your calling, your destiny. A destiny that touches every living thing. Like it or not, we are masters of our fate. Nothing is written. And our cause, however righteous, pales in comparison to the impact of our fate. Any hope for a better future comes from willing that future into being. A future reflecting the measure of good within ourselves.
The measure of good within ourselves. The future.
And all that is good inside us is measured by the good we do for others.
The good we do for others.
We all share the same fate, the same future. The sum of our infinite choices. One such future is built on kindness, trust, and mutual understanding.
And kindness and trust. We need to have that in our personal lives. Should we choose to accept it? It's a path that's open to all of us.
Towards a light we cannot see.
Hope.
Not just for those we hold close. But for those we'll never meet. You know, I'll always love you, brother. And I will see you again. Though I hope it's not too soon. The world still needs you. Of course, they'll never know it. But we do. We who live and die in the shadows. This message will self-destruct in 5 seconds. Good luck, Ethan.
Okay, so I hope you heard that through my cam version of it. Isn't that beautiful? And I think I did sort of explain my thoughts on that well earlier about that brotherly love, that friendship, the hope we have to have in our hearts, the choice to do good in life rather than bad, for ourselves, for those around us, to cultivate good community, good friends, good family. These are the things that are important to me and are reflected in this film. So as the movie ends here, and they shake hands, that's fantastic. I think I'll end my video because that's everything I wanted to say, and I'm just see how my video is more about the themes and stuff rather than talking about just the action and stuff. It's more about what it means to me, and I hope this has given you some insight into how my mind works and what is important to me. And I just know that it resonates with you too. So I just want to thank everyone for watching my 100 subscriber special. 102 subscribers. Thank you. This is dedicated to all of you who have supported me. I thank you profusely. I love you guys. I do. I really do. You're awesome. My viewers are great. And the second dedication this is for Tom Cruise. He made this movie for us cinema goers, and I'm making my little video for him too. Reciprocity. I'm making it for him. I love you, Tom. I love you to death. And I love my subscribers. So thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you out in the stars, and mission accomplished. See ya.